All right, let's do another problem today. You may notice I'm a little bit of different setup. I got a Mac. Stick of like the time to retire from the Linux stuff. I don't think it's feasible. I'd rather focus on just a simple setup and it just works. Yeah, nothing else to say. Also, probably better for work as well. So, but I do like Vim. So, where's Vim? Default. Oh wait, that's so cool. Wait, that's super cool actually. Oh my god, relative line numbers. Finally, bro. Oh my god. Wow, true. That was one of the biggest things I hate about this. Wait, hold on. 3P. Where is it? 3. Yeah, this is one of the things I wanted. I wanted the most. Wait, okay, this font is kind of weird. I wish they had JetBrains. That'd be so tough. Firecode. Hold on, I like this. Yeah, it's kind of how it feels on my VS Code, but the font, they didn't add any other fonts. Ubuntu Mono. Fuck that. What the fuck is that? Cascadia is probably the nicest looking one. Alright, perfect. Let's get to actual code. Let's just non-overlapping intervals. Given an array of intervals where intervals of I is start to end, return the minimum number of intervals you need to remove to make the rest of the intervals non-overlapping. Note that the intervals which only touch at a point only the intervals that note that the intervals which only touch at a point are non-overlapping. For example, 1 and 2 and 2 and 3 are non-overlapping. Yeah, it makes sense. So we need to do 1 because I'm assuming they're sorted. So you have 1 and 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 1, 3. 1, 3 can be removed and the rest of them are non-overlapping. Okay, never mind. I do need to sort it themselves. So we have to sort it ourselves. Yeah. Basically, just define the sort and then find the bad index, I guess. Mm-hmm. You need to remove 2 of the to make the rest of the over non-lapping. Here, none of them are overlapping. Okay, for sure we need to make sure that the intervals are sorted, right? Iterate through the lists. What else is there? Iterate through the list. Detect an overlap. So an overlap. So if I were to sort this here, right? So if I have this here, the problem with this one here is So if I sort this, right, what I get out is this, because we're sorting by the first index. So these overlap. So basically I check the first two, like I basically do like prev and current. We'll say this like this, the previous and current, and compare, do they overlap? If they do, remove the current, right? And then I guess leave this guy here. And then do these overlap, then move on. Do these overlap? Nope, so you remove one. So let's see the case for this one here. So we say this is the current. Current is here, previous is here. Say, do these overlap? Yes, they do, so remove the current. Go to the next one. Do these overlap? Yes, they do, so remove the current. Yes. Yeah, okay. I think that's the plan. Remove the current. Remove the current. We're not remove the current. Mark the current index as bad. Go through array. Add to new array once if index is not in skip. Return a new array. Okay, pretty straightforward solution. I think it's an easy solution. It may or may not work depending on sorting is allowed. I don't know. It might not be allowed. Also, I might be oversimplifying. Like, can we just remove the current? Is that allowed? I don't know. We'll see. So let's do this. We'll do skip a set of. Okay, great. I don't know what happened there. Skip for every. Let's say previous is here. So let's do intervals of 0. And then we'll actually intervals dot sort. And for every current in intervals from 1 and beyond, pass. Let me just print intervals really quick. Yeah, that's exactly expected. Okay. So we have this. Okay. So we will go through it. I need to do this though. Enumerate. All right, I don't know why this. What is happening, bro? I don't know what I'm pressing that's causing that. See, this is kind of bad. Can we say we start at 1? Let me look up what enumerate does. Enumerate Python. Start. Yes, we can. Okay, so I think we could go to. I just got us flipped. Yeah, this is fun. So we're just saying we're starting at index 1 instead of index 0. Okay. Now what? Also is guaranteed to be at least length of 2. Yeah, perfect. So I can iterate prev and cur. Okay. So how do I detect if they're overlapping? That is an interesting algorithm. S1, E1 is cur. S2, E2, prev. Okay. So, okay. How do we detect that they're intervals? Well, their intervals aren't. How do we detect if they're overlapping? Well, we can detect. Okay, so how do we do this part? That's the fucking hardest part here. Detect an overlap when an overlap occurs when something happens. Well, okay. Why is 1 and 3, 1 and 2, 1 and 3 bad? Because the mins are overlapping. Yeah. You know, I don't really need a. Hold on. I actually don't need a skip. We can avoid this whole thing here. Counts plus 1. Return count. Yeah, we don't need a. We don't even need a. We don't even need any of these. So, okay, so for I in current enumerate. Since they're non-overlapping. Okay, so let me get this straight. Okay, I'm getting a little bit confused. Okay, why do I even need the index? That's my thing. Not even needed. Whoops. Yeah, it's not even needed. So we can now have the start, end, start, end. How do we know if the end is? Well, okay. First things first. We know if it's overlapping. Okay, if it's not overlapping, then we know that the end of 1 is less than or equal to start of 1, right? Or start of 2. And end of 1 is less than or equal to end of 2. We actually never use end 1. Oh, no. End 1 needs to be less than. Oh, okay. We want basically if end of basically if end of 1 is less than or equal to end of 2. Not end of 2, start of start 1. Start, yeah. So start of 2, yeah. Now I think about it, we just need this. Well, if that's the previous, that needs to end, so let's actually end. Start, end of 0, 1. And we'll do, if start is less than or equal to end, we're good. So if we think about the opposite, if it's greater than end, well, actually, yeah, is it greater than or equal to? Yeah. If it's greater than or equal to, that's a violation. So we've detected it, so plus 1, right? Then we, okay, now what? Okay, now, obviously, I think we should keep previous and move cur along. Else, prev equals cur, yeah. straightforward. Let's give it a go. GG's, boys. Okay. So the second one failed because we got 0 when we expected more. Okay. So this one was 0 when it's supposed to be 1 or 2. Okay. So we have current and this, right? So the start is... Oh, shit. Oh, no, that's fine. So we have these two ones, and we'll peel them apart right now. So we have this and this. So is the start of the curve greater than or equal to... Oh, it's not. So actually, no. This is bad. We are trying to say... Oh, yeah, this is fine. Oh, wait, what? Oh, if the start of the curve is less than or equal to the... Wait, for example, 1 and 2 and 2 and 3 are not... Oh. Oh, wait, okay. Actually, we need to get rid of that. Oh my god, okay. Okay, so touching is fine. 2 and 2 can exist. Never mind. That's a good edge case. So if star is less than end... Okay, I really need to think about this detecting overlap. When does an overlap occur? Overlap occurs, we know that for sure, 1 and 2... So 1 and 2 and... 1 and 2 overlaps with 1 and 3. Why do they overlap? Because... I don't know. Why the fuck do they overlap? The start is bigger than the... So the current end, or the current start, is bigger than the previous end. No, the current start is smaller than... That's why there's a violation. Yes, that is true. Okay. So we needed to say the current, which is this, the start, is smaller than the end. The end. If that is true, then that is a overlap, so that's +1. Oh, okay. I see why I did the make a new list. Not really. Yep. Okay. Yeah, it's fine. Like, if these two are fine, previous equal to this, and we're done. Yeah. That's completely fine. Okay. This should work, I think. Yep. Alright. What? Oh my god, negative numbers? Uh-oh. Okay, so we have -52. Okay, let me see what this is as sorted. Print intervals. Let's see how this looks right now. So we have intervals here. So this is as it's sorted, increasing order. Hold on, this is terribly sorted actually. Oh, never mind, it's fine. Okay, we start here. Yep, there's a clear overlap because the start is the end of the previous. Yes, the end of the previous previous end is smaller, is bigger than, oh my god, this number is actually bigger. Yes, it is bigger. This is bigger than this. That is true, so count. So we stay on this, we technically remove this guy. This is the case. This is, again, we count again. Let me see all the pairs that they're comparing. 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 We're gonna previous cur. Okay, comparing that. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Interesting, actually. Let me see if all of them are violating the thing. Well, let's see, actually, because this is the more important. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. It's only 4. I returned 8 though. Okay, hold on. Let me. Okay, so we have negative 73, negative 65, negative 73, negative 63, negative 7. Yep. Wait, so this is smaller than this? Yep. Is this bigger than this? 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 And then there's a stop. Interesting. Is this bigger than this? Yes. This bigger than this? Yes. Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. I feel like I should have moved on somewhere. What if I say, if the end, so end is, if intervals of, as if the, as end, right? If the start is less than, I guess 0, or is it cur of 1 less than end, then also say prev equals cur. I think that's important because, right, if the current, right, is less than the previous end, we should update it. Yeah. All right. I'll see you guys tomorrow.